ZL Entertainment.
Greetings, boys and girls. I'm Andy Dion from ZL Entertainment, and today we're here for a bit of an overview of the RPGAtlas game creator. I'm going to do a tutorial, a basic tutorial later on, and there are a few different things between this and RPG Maker. But if you've ever used RPG Maker, then you kind of will already know this program because it's about 80 to 90% similar to RPG Maker stuff. So I'm just going to go a little bit more slowly, I suppose. As you can see, we have the normal file stuff. You can find that on the toolbar here. New game, save, or open and save. There's a few other things here though you can import from RPG Maker. I don't need to. You can also export as a file or standalone game. You can also freestyle right here, import report. You can playtest from a few simple areas here, here, and here. The edit section takes care of this on the toolbar. It's all there except for the clear section. Of course, it's not in the toolbar. Next, we have the mode. This is slightly different, so I'll actually show this stuff off. You have the map tile where you can come and get something. This is a bridge I made over there. And you can also add trees. They look more like bushes to me though, but we can pretend. And different trees and whatnot. We have this, which I have no idea what it is, but it looks goofy. And so that's the map mode. That's how you draw the stuff. That's kind of similar to RPG Maker. Then you have the event stuff, which I will go over a little bit later because it's quite different actually from RPG Maker. But that's how you can get like this stuff, which honestly these aren't showing for me, so I don't know if there's something wrong. But the stuff I imported, like the door and a sign, they did not work for me, so I'm wondering if imported stuff don't work yet, because that's not proper English, but who cares. Next we have passability, which is actually completely new for this engine. In RPG Maker you usually would have to go to a database and then tile sets, and then you would have to do it from here. But you don't actually have to do that. Here you can just do it straight from the map, and any map can have, or any spot on the map can actually have a possible passability. There's also this, which I believe is a jump down mode of like if you're going from a cliff above and going down. I think that's what it means. Like I said, this isn't a tutorial yet because I haven't quite figured everything out. Next off we have this, which is the legally distinct mode 7, and they call it HD 2D, but it's kind of similar to mode 7. You can then right mouse click and you can move it around to see how you would like to have it. So it looks cool with stuff like this and this and this and this and the door, but the building is not like that because, as you can see, the heights, there is no height. Now I put everything at a 1 except for this stuff, because if you notice, it kind of gives you a interesting view. It looks like it's actual water. there is, as you can see, there's the height difference, and it looks kind of cool this way. So I kind of thought having everything at a 1 to start off with is a pretty cool idea. But you can also get up to 9, height of 9. And the building, and how you do that is by pressing the numbers and then left clicking. Bit of a tutorial, I suppose, but you can do that. And as you can see, it now looks goofy. I don't know how well it would work because and the door now goes up, so yeah, as you can see, I don't know how well the height stuff works yet. It really looks kind of strange, but whatever. I'm sure, it'll get better eventually. And this does not have a height thing, so this looks weird. I'm excited for the progress in the legally distinct mode 7, but for now it's not quite there yet. But that is what this does. Then we have regions, and that is also clicking the number key and doing whatever you need. So that is pretty cool. If you want to get rid of it, you just press 0. It doesn't seem to work with the numpad numbers, at least I didn't get it working. I usually like to keep it on this or this so I can see the events as well. Next up we have, funny enough, the menu and the toolbar are kind of like backwards, because up here after mode you got draw, but on the toolbar you have the layers. So the layers are right here, the auto layer in 1, 2, 4, and as you can see, auto layers 1 through 4, and then you have the draw. You have the draw up here as well, and then it goes to, there's no advanced on the toolbar, then it goes to scale, same there, and then the view, it's not really here at all either, and then the tools are all here as well, except for this, and the asset browser, where you can see what you have. You can add stuff, and these are the packs you can download just to get some extra stuff if you're a bit too lazy to upload your own stuff and you just want to quickly get some stuff going. This one is new as of today, as of recording, and I just installed it. And the database, here it is. I'm hoping that we can get all of this to kind of be like this, and then just have this extended, because it jumping around is a little bit awkward. So I'd rather have a scroll bar and this just end right here like the rest, and then just have a scroll bar for all this stuff below. But yeah, you can change your battle system. I'm hoping one day to have more currencies than one. You can actually put your own control stuff here. I'm not quite sure what is new from the last. Kind of going over everything. Most of this stuff is RPG Maker style. This is actually a new one. This is me testing something out here. I'm gonna have a specific tutorial just for quests, but I haven't quite figured it out yet. And I'm also hoping that we can add more types in here, or that they will add more types. It would be cool if there was something similar to this, how you have these commands. You can actually add your own here. And so I'm kind of hoping we can do like add your own types here as well, because there's only this, but I'm hoping we can do currency types, and I think there was something else I was hoping for, but I can't quite remember it. There is also the advanced map editor. I believe this was something new, but I can't remember. I'm gonna quickly pause and check. Yeah, I checked. Pretty much almost everything here is new. If you notice this, the actual tile is like this. So what you can do is quite literally take something like this, the door. You can come up to advance and you can flip brush vertically. You can also, let us zoom in. Zoom is right here. So you can see it's now upside down. We don't want it upside down. Perhaps we want it to be sideways. It did not change. Advanced, flip brush. I think we actually have to do that now. It is not turning. That is interesting. Well, this at least did turn, so... Or actually, I think it might have been that. Yes. So we actually have to do the rotate, not flip. For some reason, that doesn't work. And you can see it changes now in here as well. You can just rotate it again, rotate it again, and so that's kind of a cool thing that you can actually do with these now. If you have it rotated, apparently, I did not notice this before, but apparently it will change here as well. So you can now rotate certain tiles that you would like. I will go in depth with this advanced mode later in an actual tutorial, but just know that you can do a lot of stuff that I have no idea what the hell is going on. You can get to that one place from here as well, by the way. But yeah, this is the advanced section, which this is going to be a tutorial on itself, probably 2 different ones. It's going to take me quite some time to figure what that is. And the only other tutorial I'm probably going to do, like I mentioned, is the quests. The items isn't very... I did want to make this... This is more of... what I'm going to say is more of like a suggestions kind of thing, but when I was like trying to make certain items, like it felt different to me. I don't know how to quite explain it, but I feel like there should be a little bit more options. Apparently you're able to change the system stuff, but when I tried it didn't work. Maybe you're only allowed to have this many and can't add more to it. That might be it. Also, while you can actually go and go to the actual folders within the project folder, you can go here and put all the stuff you want. These are the things I added right up here. Really, this is just from RPG Maker, and I just like added stuff to some of the things I made in the past. But what you'll notice is there's no system tab. That is actually in the RPGAtlas like folder itself, and it did not seem to work. There's a few other things that don't seem to work. As you can see, the items like the door and all that stuff that I have here, they don't actually show up, so I don't know why that is. And the eventing is quite different. That's not movable. There's a lot more conditions because there's now quest stuff. There is this, which I hope they can add a few different things to. I'll talk about that shortly. But there is like a graph. I would like if there was a horizontal and vertical like scroll wheels, because right now like you can move and click, but you can't like really zoom in unless it's the middle mouse button, which my middle mouse button, the scroll wheel does not work at all. So what I've found is doing stuff like this will make it so you can kind of see it better. And this is just me trying to like figure out like certain stuff. You'll see more of this once we do like quest stuff. But yeah, now there's like a graph section where you can like do certain things. There's still stuff I was hoping for that we could have. Like, say you finish a quest, it would be really nice if so like say you finish a quest, you get your gold, it'd be quite nice if you could change the amount by a variable, so that way you can kind of control how much you get. That's actually a thing that is in RPG Maker. And I say this is part of a suggestion more than a overview and update. But yeah, I said I was going to make an update slash overview slash suggestions video. The tutorial stuff will come later. I'm going to do a quick, like, what I was trying to do with the whole bounty. So we can go and talk to this guy. What is your name? Your name does not show up yet, by the way. So I'm pretty sure we'll get that fixed eventually. And as you can see, apparently pressed the button and it messed up. But as you can see, it did not like show. So there's no point. And no, I'm not going to do the quest for you. He's mad or disappointed. And we can now do action combat, and he is actually dead. And now this is a guard, and he's coming after us. He's not attacking. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. It looks more like some weird lame dance. So it kind of feels one-sided. He has 100 health. So, yeah. Once you get like a bounty, I was just trying to do something weird, but this is just a bit of a preview as to what one of the tutorials will look like eventually. I think that is it for the overview. You can do quick events for anything you want. You can add a sample map from up here. I'm thinking on adding some more sample maps or giving them some more sample maps, because there doesn't really seem to be many. You can delete stuff by doing this. You can add stuff by doing this. This button up here. And this is the HD stuff. It looks really cool with almost all this stuff. The effects, I don't like blooms, so we're not going to do that. Fog color, make it a bit more gray. Make it raining. Alright, and then we can see how it looks. And it's raining. It looks pretty cool. You can also change, by the way, to get to this, you double click. You can also change the tilt. This is the lowest. You can have the tilt. It kind of controls weirdly if you have it like that. If you want like a top-down view, you can just do that. And it looks even more strange to me, honestly. I don't think the characters are meant for this. I would personally say that the characters should not change the tilt. I don't know if that's well, it would be possible to do. I'm not sure how to do that, but making sure the character does not tilt, I think would be good. And if we get to a good point, anyone could make a like one of those auto shooter games from this point of view. At least that's what I was thinking on. You can also make a randomized map, but it's not. And yeah, that is, I think, all I was going to cover. There's just a lot of new stuff. You can change the map screen. I don't know what that does yet. I'm mostly only showing off the things I had time to figure out. And trying to figure out some of the things that would need a tutorial for. And yeah, I made some of my own characters. You have a villager here. You can't change the sprites. This is for like, this is for the regular these type of battle systems. I chose ATB because if I were going to do any of the battle system that's not active, I would have to go with the Chrono Trigger style. I mean, I'm sure you could change this. I think you just put it into the folder, but I don't have anything for it, so that's what I meant, is I don't have anything to change this stuff into. I suppose I could just take the villager like sprite and put it here, but honestly I would just keep this like this, so all the different villagers just pull from the same like enemy stats. Another thing I would suggest for this stuff is a way to detect if you have been hit. So for the action battle, if there's a way to like detect that something's been hit, that way then you can like put a switch to for something like that, and then you can have the person attack or flee. And I tried to get it to where there's a bounty, like once there's a death bounty, this pops up and he starts running after the player. But they don't seem to attack back, at least I wasn't able to get them to attack me back. So, I don't know. Once again, that's going to be another tutorial later on once I do figure that out. I think that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed and learned something. If there's anything else you guys would like to learn about or are curious about, just ask me. I will do one more thing. Someone asked if you could have a trigger that is auto run or parallel with no switch. Yeah, you can. You can have it like right away with no switch. So that is pretty cool. That's how I had this parallel event going. Anyways, yeah. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Love you all. Peace to you. And as always, stay safe.